Hey everyone, Dusty here. Today I'm going to remind you about how important sleep is, especially if you're a runner, triathlete, or endurance athlete. Alright, so when we talk sleep, of course it's not just good for endurance athletes, it's good for everyone. But when it comes to just athletes in general, we're usually breaking our bodies down day after day, especially runners and triathletes. And recovery is super important. It's not in the last rep of your bench press where you get stronger. It's not in the last kilometer repeat where you get faster. The physical change of actually making your muscles stronger and faster happens while you recover, and you recover the most while you sleep. While you sleep, your body will release HGH, human growth hormone, and there's a reason why some athletes take that illegally as a supplement. It's because it works. It helps grow muscles. So your body actually will produce that naturally while you're sleeping and in turn help you recover. So I know we all know how important sleep is when it comes to training and racing and being able to be consistent. And I thought I would just share with you kind of the things that I've noticed over the last year. I've started wearing a Fitbit, which I don't have on right now, but it's been able to track my sleep over the course of the last year, and there's a few things that I've noticed. So when I'm not training at all, I can get by on about 6 hours of sleep, and then during light training I can get by with 7.5. I can get by pretty good with that. But when I start to really get into the hard training, especially when I approach anywhere near like 20 hours a week, I need probably closer to 10 hours of sleep a night. I've never really been one to nap. I recommend naps, but I just, for whatever reason, I don't like taking naps myself. But when I'm in heavy training, sometimes I just don't have a choice. I'm so tired in the middle of the afternoon that a quick 30-minute nap will do me wonders. Like I said, for me, that's usually only in really high, heavy training periods. I know we're all so busy and have so many things going on, and there's successful people in the media and on your social media that just preach hard all the time. Rise and grind, only get 4 hours of sleep. If you want to be successful, you have to be willing to lack sleep. Well, that's not the case, of course, when it comes to running and triathlon. You can't get by with less sleep. Your body needs to recover properly, and the only way that's going to happen is if you give it adequate sleep. Now, I'm not saying everyone needs 10 hours of sleep. It's definitely variable, and I know I'm on the high end of that. So when I'm in heavy training, I know I need 9 to 10 hours of sleep every night, and I know a lot of other people who don't need that much. So a few things that have helped me fall asleep and get a deeper sleep, which is another thing that my Fitbit has shown me over the last year, is when I'm in deep sleep and REM sleep and light sleep. Now, I don't know how accurate it is, but I know it's somewhat accurate, and the first thing has been sleeping in a dark room. So our bedroom isn't always dark, so I got an eye mask that I wear, and that has helped me get a lot better quality sleep. I can sleep for 8 hours with or without the eye mask, but when I sleep for 8 hours with the eye mask, I always feel much, much more rested. Actually, I haven't worn my eye mask in a while. I lost it, so I gotta find it. How do you lose an eye mask? It should be around the bed, right? Another thing that's impacted my quality of sleep is not Netflixing and chill. My wife and I have been on a bit of a Bob's Burgers binge lately, and we've been watching that right up until bedtime. And I know when I'm not looking at a screen, whether it be the TV, computer, or my phone, probably an hour before bed, I always sleep much, much better. Another thing that's helped me sleep fully through the night is making sure I'm well hydrated before bed, but not having a full bottle of water within 30 minutes before bed. I usually make sure I'm well hydrated within a couple of hours before going to bed. That way I don't feel like I'm 80 years old and have to wake up every 2 hours and go take a leak. I'm sure you're just like me. You always have your water bottle nearby and you're always sipping on it. So just make sure you're not chugging all the water to get caught up on your hydration right before you hit the pillow. Another thing that I would like to get more into, but I have noticed in the past, is having a routine before bed. Now, I wish my routine was doing some light yoga or meditation or some light reading, but lately it's been Bob's Burgers. or Netflix. But in the past I have gone weeks at a time where I'm reading one of my books or even doing some yoga with my wife or whatever, playing a board game, something like that, where I'm not right in front of a screen the whole time. And that's really helped with my sleep routine as well. Another thing about not getting enough sleep is I'll often find I just don't have the mental clarity that I need, especially when I have a big training day and I have to push big watts or I have a long swim or run set. You're just not focused. And I find those workouts just aren't as productive, obviously, as if I was coming into them fully rested. Just feel like I'm in a fog, just like watching this now. This is you without sleep. This is you with sleep. So to sum it all up, basically I would recommend that you don't wear your lack of sleep like a badge of honor, especially if you're a triathlete, runner, or endurance athlete. We need our sleep. That's where repair and recovery happens. That's where we get faster. And to not make sleep a priority and get adequate amounts of it, you're not doing true justice to all the training and hard work that you actually put in. So I hope that helps you out a little bit, just kind of reminds you how important sleep is. And if you were curious about how much sleep you're getting and the quality of sleep, I'd recommend getting a Fitbit. I have the Fitbit Charge 2, I believe, and it counts things like my steps, my heart rate throughout the day, but the sleep has been particularly useful, especially just being able to see how do I feel getting 6.5 hours of sleep or how do I feel getting 10 hours of sleep, and also seeing the differences in how well do I sleep when I watch TV right before bed versus how well do I sleep when I do something like meditation. If you were interested in getting your own Fitbit to track that stuff, I'll put a couple of Amazon links down below. You can check those out. And if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe for more everything running, triathlon, and nutrition related.